Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Only Leeds Bros for Friday night stream where we bring you all the latest news. All the latest news around Ellen Rose. I mean, my wonder there for a second. Hope everybody is keeping and doing well, and thanks very much for popping in on your Friday night. Let's check in on Dillo. Dillo, what's happening?
All good, lads. Can't wait, Leeds in the morning. Can't wait.
That's where my mind is going. I still have to pack, still have to get the kids ready. My mind's going 90 live stream. But we have loads to get into in this video, guys. As you imagine, there's plenty of news floating around Ellen Road at the minute. Where is Sean Longstaff? Hasn't been announced yet. We're going to talk Anton Stach. We're going to talk about Paixao. We're going to talk about Matteo Joseph, Jacobi Yall, and everything else in between. We will speak about the Ellen Road development plans as well to move away fans to the South Stand, because that seems to be a massive thing on Twitter at the minute as well. So as always, make sure you're getting your thoughts in the comment box below. Make sure you're slapping a like on the video and of course hitting subscribe to the channel. We'd love you to do so. We're only 10 away from 3,200, which would be unbelievable, guys. But then let's say hello to a couple of people in the chat who joined us on Friday night. Danny Talks Leeds says smash a like and subscribe. Please do that. Thanks, Danny. Cheers for that. Carl says, evening lads and chat, evening Paul, thanks for popping in. Gavin James, evening all, evening buddy. Who else is here with us? Andrew is here with us as well. Cordy is back, bitches. Great channel, boys. Keep up the good work, lads. Thanks very much, Cordy. Appreciate that, buddy. Stephen Bourne is here. Evening, lads. Evening, everyone in the chat. Evening, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday now for a couple of points. Jam says, evening, you pair of Irish legends. Evening, buddy. Baby Zebra is here as well. Hello, darlings. How are you? Michael is here as well. Loads of people in the building, guys. Before we do move on, lads, this will be my last time plugging it, because obviously we are flying out to Leeds tomorrow morning. The Leeds Creator Cup does take place this Sunday, the 20th of July, in the John Charles Community Force Sports Stadium. All your favourite Leeds United content creators will be there. We take to the field in aid of Prostate Cancer UK. It's getting very, very close now. If you haven't got your tickets, make sure you get them, or go to the Leeds Creator Cup website. It will be in the link below to donate if you can't make it on the day. It's going to be a brilliant event, guys. We hope to see you all there. We'll be hanging around after for a couple of points as well to meet you guys. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing you all there. Ian Ward is here. Evening, Darren and Dillo. Lynette is here as well, as always. And Jamie is here as well. Jamie and a cup of tea. Nothing better, says Leeds Bros. Evening, Jamie. Thanks for popping in, pal. Dylan, I think we will dive headfirst into this because we have absolutely loads to get into. Let's start with what we know at the minute and what's concrete out there is Sean Longstaff. We did hear yesterday what was his medical. At the moment, it just feels like the official announcement is pending from Leeds United. We always seem to do this though, don't we? When the medical's there, we think it's going to be a day and it's going to be done. We always seem to drag our heels on announcing days, don't we?
All the time. Leeds just, well, the 49ers, look, we know that they're real smooth operators. What a tune, by the way. But yeah, they're just real cool and calm about it. You know, obviously it came up last week about us and other people in the Leeds United sphere to stop basically undercutting deals. But yeah, look, if Fabio is saying that it's real, it's real. That's the way I would put it. You know, at the end of the day, if he's set for a medical, he's set for a medical. That's only now when Leeds announce it, which is, could be any minute, it could be any day. So we'll go with that.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm hoping it's here on stream, so I'm going to keep a close eye on Twitter. If any of you guys do see it, let us know if it is breaking. I thought it was going to be 7, and then it hit 7, and then I was like, right, it might be 8, because obviously we know the team flew out to Sweden to play Man United tomorrow as well. So we don't know what team has gone out to Sweden yet. I was hoping we'd see a couple of photographs or a couple of videos of the lads boarding the jet, because we did see that last year. So there's something sus going on that we didn't see that today. So hopefully Sean Longstaff is on that plane. Hopefully he does play against Man United tomorrow. But four
signings in the morning announced on the button.
They could announce him by him being in the team tomorrow. Exactly, Danny. That would be class. That would be class. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. 1 minute to midnight, says Andrew. Yeah, probably. So we keep a close eye on it. What I heard is that the medical is done and dusted. All went well. We literally are just waiting on the announcement. It can't be international clearance because obviously he's played in England before. So I don't know what the hold up is. Unless they're planning some big reveal, Dylan, I'm not too sure. But we'll keep a close eye on it as we go through the stream, and hopefully it is announced. Let's talk about Dylan Anton Stach then as well. Again, another one that we know personal terms have been agreed. He's keen to come to Leeds United. One that we've been chasing, Dylan, all window, and what a player he looks like. Defensive midfielder, amongst the top 5 across Europe. A very, very good player, Dylan, if we can get this one done. Hoffenheim and Leeds are still locked in talks over a fee. they want 20 million plus for Leeds. Leeds volume around 17 million. It's one of them. Is it just Leeds just pay the money and get it done?
Yeah, 100%. It's been going around a while. I think Far clearly rates him as a player. I think, I watched a few YouTube clips, yourself, to see what this player was like. I wouldn't be much on the Bundesliga. But, looks nice and compact, does his job really well. And he's a kind of a level-headed player, very disciplined as well. But yeah, look, as you said there, it's reported that they have agreed personal terms. You're talking around 20 million. They're basically asking Leeds more or less to dig deep in the price range, which I get it, but to a certain degree, I think 17 million, I think, is probably the right way to go about it. We all know, said that he's a ball-winning, aerial dominant midfielder, and definitely would suit Daniel Farke's. He'd fit into Daniel Farke's team, because he's tall as well, and that seems to be recruiting way of going, getting tall, physical, demanding players.
That's what we're going for, yeah.
I think that's the right way to go about it. But yeah, I really am keen on this one. 26, as you see there. Yeah, 100%. I think it'd be a good one to look at this stage. I'd take anyone, and I'm being honest with you, because it's just four signings in the door. But a lot of noise today.
I really want him now, Dylan. I really do. I can't confess to have watched them much or watched the German league much. I'm more of a Spanish league watcher. But since we were linked to him, I was watching him a good bit, and I have been watching him now. He was on the bench for them the other night as well. I was very interested to see would he start the game for them. He was on the bench, and that was kind of telling me, something's kind of in the pipeline here. I think this would be a very, very good signing, Dylan, if we get him a real shrewd signing. So hopefully we get it done.
As Robbie says there,
agreed. That's class.
As Robbie says there, an upgrade to Gruev.
An upgrade to Gruev.
That's
I agree with. And I do like Gruev, Dylan. He's one of them players where you're like, you do feel a little bit sorry for him, but a little bit like Joe Rotwell, Dylan. No, he has the quality, but probably just not quite at the level, in my opinion. There's a lot of Leeds fans out there, don't get me wrong, that love Gruev and think he's a good player, and he can do it in the Premier League. Me personally, I've said it so many times, that Tanaka type midfielder who can get us forward now, not that kind of side to side and backwards passer. So we'll see what happens with Gruev. If this one does get done, this is potentially then me and Gruev going the other way. Who knows, Dylan? Who knows? There's still a lot to be done. Still a lot of outgoing still to go on as well at Leeds. So it's going to be very, very interesting these last couple of weeks. Stach, a quality signing, 100%, Ming. I totally agree with you there, buddy. We get the players we're linked with, and obviously a goalkeeper is essential. We're staying up. We're adding quality to a great full squad full of confidence. I think, Dylan, obviously the quote in this video was obviously the master plan, and I think the 49ers have had a plan. They've set out a plan from the very start. We've been building it from the back, right not at the very back. We haven't started with a goalkeeper, but that back line for me now is more or less done at this stage. We get the goalkeeper sorted. I think that's a very solid back line. We've moved into centre midfield and Anton Stach. We're now looking forward. We'll go through Paixao and the other front players that we're looking at as well. So the 49ers definitely seem to have a plan in place, Dylan, of who they're looking at, where we're going, what money is going and what pot. So it all seems very structured now. I know last week as Leeds fans, it's very, very easy, Dylan, to lose your cool, isn't it, when it's quiet like that and there's still a lot of work to be done. But sometimes these negotiations, they just take a bit of time, Dylan, don't they? And sometimes time's the best just to get the right deal done rather than just rushing something and regretting the wrong signing in the future, isn't it? We've seen Leeds do that before.
I think the 49ers and Leeds in general of previous owners just love to wind us all up, if I'm being honest with you. Very quiet, as you said, and then they dropped the away kit, which I must say is absolutely phenomenal looking.
Yeah. Whoa.
And then I don't know if you've seen it yourselves, lads, YouTube of them actually announcing it, where they had the legends of Mark Viduka, Michael Bridges, Gary Kelly, you name it, Beckford, the whole lot in it. Yeah. And what a video, what a promo. 10 out of 10. I loved every bit of it.
If you haven't seen it, behind the scenes one, it's even better. It's brilliant. Yeah. The banter between Gary Kelly and Michael Bridges, and then Viduka is in it as well. It's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And Adidas have really done it. They haven't really put much effort into the home kit the last 2 seasons, but all the effort has gone into that away kit, and you don't really mind that, do you? Look, I think they've absolutely smashed it out of the water the last 2 years on the away kit. Looking forward to seeing the third kit now as well, because that's always one for me. They always do a bit of mad things, a bit too wild for me, something that I wouldn't wear. Like even that one there that you're wearing now, I wasn't too sure when it first came out last season. Now it's grown on me, but
it's a cracker.
Yeah.
I've seen supposedly the third kit.
I see that it's flowing, isn't it?
It's like that's the way I feel about it. I'm okay with it, but I'm not happy with it either. Like, if that makes sense. It's just I'm solely concentrated on the one, the training wear, wow, and then that away kit is just had to blow me away.
Some of the stuff in that promo, Dylan, some of them jackets and tracksuits have been they're sensational, Dylan, aren't they?
Unbelievable,
really
unbelievable. I'm telling you now, like Christmas, or like even tomorrow when I go over, I'm skint. I'm skint. Like,
smashed tomorrow.
Tell you straight out, I'm skint.
Dylan, let's move on to Paixao here, is what Leighton of Leeds says here. Evening, lads, what do you reckon is the likelihood is us getting Paixao signed? I think, not very unlikely, but I think it's going to be very, very tough. If we get it done, this is our statement signing for me, lads. He is very, very good. This is up on the level for me of Rafinha, Dylan. You look at some of his stats there for Feyenoord, 25. He's still yet to hit that prime level. Brazilian, we know what Brazilians are like. They have that flair. They have that kind of aggressive kind of side to them as well, Dylan, don't they, where they like to get stuck in and do a bit. 129 appearances Feyenoord and 62 GNA, Dylan. Like, that's very good, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Champions League experience as well. Champions League experience this year with Feyenoord.
Well, this is what it seems to be the road that the 49ers are going down, that they have played some sort of European football, which, in my opinion, I think is brilliant to see. I know we've done it in the past, but I mean, I don't know, how do I say this? The 49ers are branching out. We've seen it with the centre defenders. They're how dominant and tall they are. Like, they're just big brick walls. And now they're going for this kind of quality, like Paixao. Same thing, seen them on YouTube. You know, they'll always show the best bits, won't show the downfalls. But I'm really liking this one. This is the one I definitely wanted to talk about because that was my position. It was a left winger, and to me, anyone that plays left wing, I usually 9 times out of 10 love them. So I think this will be a really good signing. But it's the price. Not that it's a bad thing, but the price is a lot. But it's also an investment as well. I did see someone there say in the comments, I can't remember who it was, 1 to 2 years from now,
it's an investment.
It's an investment. Yeah. I know we don't want to go down the road. We don't like to sell players, but at the end of the day, it's Leeds United we support. And I've just came to the realisation I can't love players. I just can't do it. It's
always the ones we fall in love with, isn't it? But obviously, Dylan, this news was broke. We heard at the start of the window was very loose links and it went away very quick. This one was brought up again by Sasha Tavolieri that Leeds United have fully approved Igor Paixão. Viewing him has been able to make an immediate impact. Now, I know there's an injury concern there with the club. Feyenoord supposedly want 30 plus million from plus add-ons that could bring him right up to 40 million. As you said, that's a massive amount of money, but I do think he's worth it, Dylan. I really do think he's a game changer and he's our statement sign if we get it done. Marseille were in for him as well. They've had a bid rejected of 26 million for him, so we know Feyenoord, they definitely want north of that as well, Dylan. And it's one of them. I think if it gets done, it's a massive sign. It's a statement sign. And so I'm trying to put myself on the side as I'm trying to tell myself this isn't going to get done and don't get too excited, because if it does, then happy days, and if it doesn't, then I'm all right. But if it did get done, Dylan, this is big.
Brilliant. Look, you said it yourself there, Marseille, looking into it. I also have Brighton in there, Napoli, Arsenal, Liverpool. They're all monitoring them. So that has to be a good way of looking at it, because if these players are definitely going in, these clubs that are looking, only time will tell. But yeah, same thing. I take this one with a pinch of salt, but it does look like it's going in the right direction. But you know yourself, come next week or the week after, could be all quiet again, name could pop back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely one that I would like to look at. 47 matches. I know you have it down there. I was just talking about last season. 47 matches, 18 goals, 14 assists. And that's an average minutes per game for 84 minutes. Thank you.
The thing is about him, Dylan, he obviously is, for me, a natural Solomon replacement. Look, we all would have liked Solomon. We knew we were going to have to move on and replace him. But he does play on that left-hand side, but he's very much right-footed. He likes to cut in on that right foot and do that, what Solomon does, that whipping ball. So he's very much Solomon-esque and can definitely play to that level as well. But for me, he has a little bit more kind of more burst. He's a little bit more quicker off the block. So he has pace there as well. And we know we're going to need that in transition in the Premier League as well. So for me, I'm 110% behind this. We need to get it done. 30, 40 million for him, is that what it's going to be to get him? Who knows? But wow, if the 49ers come up trumps of this, I think then everything that happened last week goes out the window, doesn't it?
I think the main thing at stake here is fill the positions, fill every position rounded, in the sense of that there's a backup. Like last season, for example, you said it loads of times, And what a warrior he is with Joe Rodon. If he had got injured at one stage, I don't think we had another centre back to slot in there. I think we were looking down the pecking order, which is not ideal. We need to be wholly rounded. If there is injury concerns, suspensions, you name it, we need to be ready to get going on plan B, basically. And I think this is the right way to go. So yeah, 30-40 million, is it the right answer? It is within, because the 49ers have said that they will spend the money that they have earned for this, which, look, I think they will. We just need to spend it in the right direction. And if this is a right decision, I'm 100% for it.
That's what Mark says here. Anyone for a prime Viduka up front this season, he'd be perfect. He really would.
He would.
Imagine a Mark Viduka in this team. Nearly 100 you guys in the building, lads. Please make sure you're slapping a like on the video. It really helps us out. We do appreciate it. And of course, hit subscribe to the channel. We're only 10 away from 3,200, so that would be absolutely brilliant. Dylan, let's move on. Let's speak about Matteo Joseph again. It came out again of some Baron Cross. He tweeted today that obviously Real Betis came in. We heard that they bid it from back in January. Leeds obviously rejected it. We heard again at the start of this window that they were in from. It started off at 8 million. Last week it was rising up to 24 million. I think it was Sasha Taglieri that said this as well. And now it's meant to be along with an obligation to buy. But Leeds United have rejected it, insisting that he is not for sale and they want him in the squad. Bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weird one because off air, me and you were talking about this, and I did see another link. Same thing, take it with a pinch of salt. They didn't say no to selling him, but I think they're looking for a bit more out of him in price range. So, as you said there, back in January, he did reject a bid for 10 million. It was just like a brief little thing. It was nothing really mad about going on about it. But then we were all saying, I think a loan option would be the way to go for Joseph, just to give him that bit of experience, a bit more first team football. But now it's had to pop him back up again. Look, at the end of the day, down to PSR rules, if we're getting players to replace him, I'm all for it. But at the same time, I don't really want to see him go. I think he's bags of potential. I think he's phenomenal. I really do. I just think he's a lot young, a bit naive, and just needs that time to shine, if I'm being honest with you. And the other side of it, you're saying, will he get into this team at all? For cup games, yeah, quite possibly. So maybe the other side of it is to let him go out on loan. But they've made offers. Leeds remain firm, stating that they'll only entertain a very strong bid. And there's no intention to sell at this time. So it's obviously an indication, no, we're not maybe put a loan in. That's probably the right way to go about it. But I wouldn't be selling them. Me personally wouldn't. Don't get me wrong, we have spoke about before, depending on the price range of what they came in with. Like at the end of the day, if it did say 20 million, you'd probably, I know he's not going to, I'm just saying, you'd be mad not to. You're not going to wait for PSR reasons.
For PSR, yeah. Right, we've just got a bit of breaking news here on Only Leeds Bros. Longstaff has signed, lads. Check it out. Leeds official, happy day. So Sean Longstaff has been confirmed as a Leeds United player. So that's absolutely brilliant, Dylan. Another one in the door. Initial reaction.
He's wearing the away jersey. Sorry, I'm just watching here. He's wearing the away jersey, and he has a cricket ball in his hand, and he's just doing this with it. Now you can't see his face, can't see anything at all. But yeah, it's definitely Stephen's right. I think it's definitely him. Yeah, 100%. And I think I did see. I think it was yesterday when I looked. He was actually out playing cricket. He's obviously a fan of the cricket, and people were saying, I think that's Leeds. I think that's Searing Park in Leeds, etc. So I was having a bit of a laugh at that one. So yeah, look, that's brilliant to see. So and it's great to be on a live stream and get that announcement. So Stephen, thanks very much for that, pal. Yeah, that's definitely 100% Sean Longstaff at the signing for Leeds.
Sign, seal and deliver, Dylan. And like that, we always kind of seem to drag our heels with this sort of thing, don't we, as Leeds? Like, it felt like the medical yesterday, we could have had it announced early this morning. We've dragged it on again today. So look, he's obviously over there in Sweden with the lads. Hopefully he can get to play tomorrow for his debut against Man United. I'm happy with it, lads. Like I've said it all along, Premier League experience, has bags of it. He's played Champions League football as well. It's really good, Dylan, to get this one across the line. I'm happy about this one.
It's brilliant. Leeds are making moves, lads. We're going to win the league. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Everyone relax.
We're gonna have to change my graph now to signed, sealed, and delivered. So absolutely class to hear that on stream. The Sean Longstaff is now a Leeds United player. Dylan, let's move on then. We'll speak about Illan Meslier because it obviously it went very quiet. People are getting a little bit kind of anxious. What's happening with Meslier? Are we going to be stuck with him again in the Premier League? There has been reports that came out again from Graham Smith from the YEP saying that some interest is starting to pick up in Illan Meslier. So it didn't give us the full details of where it's coming from, who's interested, what's happening, are the club willing to sell. But eventually we've got a bit of news in Meslier. And again, I've said all along, I don't think Leeds bring in a goalkeeper until Mez goes the other way. So again, this is more good news for Leeds, isn't it?
Definitely. I think I've seen a thing on Twitter, and it basically said that Meslier wanted to stay. He wanted to fight for his place in Farke's team and prove himself. I love the confidence, but after last season, I don't believe the confidence there. I think his days at Ellen Road are finished. I've said it from day one. I think we need a better goalkeeper. It's simple as that. Plain and simple. And you know, don't get me wrong, if he is in goal next season, we have to back him. It is what it is. We have to back him. With that being said, I just feel that Leeds need to take a different route for a goalkeeper. Simple and commands his box, catches the ball, doesn't flap, doesn't punch it, and just a bit more experience. That's all I'm looking for. Someone to do the basics. I'm not looking for someone to, you know, be out of this world sort of stuff. Just do the basics. Keep the ball out in there. That's more or less. It's coming to the point now with the goalkeeper. I'm just kind of like, will you just sign him, please? Because he's just hanging on and hanging on and hanging on. So, yeah. But yeah, lads, Sean Longstaff is at the signing for Leeds. I'm buzzing. I can't believe it.
I'm just waiting for the official announcement. Obviously, that's going to like a little teaser put out from the club. I'd say it's probably going to be about 9 o'clock. So we'll try and get the club official statement on it. We'll pop it up here for you guys. Then we'll go through it anyway. So we'll get into a couple of the comments anyway. So I'd say what we are till 9 o'clock. Yeah, we're about 6 minutes away. So we'll have a chat before then. Michael says here, Meslier, his rep needs to be actively looking for a club. We haven't helped by not signing a new goalkeeper in that time we've had since promotion. Yeah, look, I think we've obviously heard, Michael, from the start about Leeds. We have been active in the goalkeeper market. Graham Smith obviously did report it as well that Leeds United are deep in the goalkeeper market. We are searching for a goalkeeper. And I do think this pushes Mez out the door as well. Dylan, you're kind of on the same kind of vibe as me as well, that let's not make the same mistake the last time. Let's not bring a goalkeeper in and have a change of heart from Meslier and, you know, have him sitting on the bench or having him around the place. It's more or less kind of get him gone and get one in, and then we can build from there, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Look, he had his good times, and he had his bad times, like any footballer in the world or any human being. But yeah, we need to offload certain positions, not just including Meslier here, or the goalkeeper position, to bring other players in to free up that. You know, we clearly were waiting for Firpo to go to get good. I can't pronounce it. Good Munson, is it? In. So yeah, I think that the 49ers like to get the deadwood gone, as you would like to think so, and get the new ones in. But I don't know, lads. I'm just got to the point now with Meslier, I don't even know what to say anymore, because it's just, being honest with you, I thought he would have been the first to go when the window opened. I really did.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Stephen Moran says here, all the good Farke and the 49ers have done this window will be destroyed by one simple thing, Meslier staying. His confidence is gone, and his teammates have lost confidence in him as well, Dylan. And it's hard to disagree with that, Dylan, isn't it? We seen it last season with the lads around him. Joe Rodon was one. We've seen Firpo. We've seen Rotwell as well. And when that back line isn't confident in the goalkeeper behind him, Dylan, there's only one way it's going to go, isn't it? And that ultimately led him to being dropped at the end of last season. We've seen Carl Darlow coming in. And like what you mentioned earlier on in the stream, is just the basics of goalkeeping, catching the ball, kicking the ball, commanding your box. And that's everything. That's the basics of goalkeeping. Now, unfortunately, Illan Meslier just wasn't doing for Leeds United. If he can't do it in the Championship, how can we expect him to take that step up to the Premier League?
Yeah, look, the errors that he made last season, one that really stood out for me was obviously the Sunderland one, and then was it Hull? Was the other one?
Hull.
Yeah, the one that you were really annoyed about, and I don't blame you. We all were, but I mean, you really went at him on that one. But anyway, apart from that, GP26 again. Super chat. What a legend
GB26,
of a man.
thanks very much for your super chat, buddy. I'm late, sorry, don't be worrying about it, buddy. We'll go back and watch. Cheers, pal. Really do appreciate it. Thanks very much for your super chat, pal. Do appreciate it. Corey is back, bitches. Says super stuff, lads. Cheers, pal. Danny says, but Rodon and his mates in front of Mez should have played enough to stop the ball getting to Mez. It's not his fault. I disagree with that, Danny, because the Sunderland one was 100% his fault, and the ones at Hull was 100% his fault. The one at Preston as well, when he fumbled it back in, that was definitely his fault as well. There is times he could have protected him a little bit more. Absolutely no denying that. But when the simple thing came to just catching the ball, you can't protect him 100% of the time, Dylan. Or what's the point of having a goalkeeper in net, isn't it?
Definitely, 100%. Just, something's kind of clicking in my head there, what Danny's saying there about, the centre halves. Is this maybe a thing that Park is doing to kind of grow his confidence back to key? Like, lads, don't shoot me down. I'm just thinking, worst case scenario here. Is it a sort of thing that he's bringing these players in to kind of similar, with the Queevy and Callagher situation? Goalkeeper, by the way, don't get me wrong, but I think it was the defence that was, not giving him the best chance to make the certain saves that he had to make, if that made sense. So it could be something to do with that. But I just don't want Melia here, lads. I'm being honest with you. But if he's here next season and he plays a phenomenal season, every single one of us are all gonna, we'll be all down in the dumps.
Of course we are. 100% we'll be down in the dumps. But then, obviously going back to the goalkeeper position, we obviously, well, you definitely got your hopes up about Milinkovic-Savic. We obviously know.
Yeah, raging over
we obviously know that he's going to Napoli now. The Nick Pope one might look a little bit unlikely now, because we know Man City are after coming in for James Trafford as well. Supposedly he's going there. So ultimately that means Nick Pope could potentially be staying at Newcastle United as well. We've obviously seen Lucas Perry has been linked with us, again, right from the very start as well. There hasn't been much by way of goalkeepers floating around, Dylan. And do you think when Leeds do get a goalkeeper, is it going to be a name that hasn't been thrown up that's just pulled out of the woodwork?
Yeah, could be just sitting there now on Facebook or Instagram and it pops up and you've never heard of this goalkeeper before, but quite possibly, Darren. With the goalkeeper though position itself, maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I'd like someone a bit older. I know that sounds mad. Yeah, maybe, you don't know, more experience. If we're going players after players and buying players that have been in European football or played and with that bit of experience, why don't we do it with a goalkeeper?
Yeah,
Milinkovic-Savic was my man. I'm being honest, I was watching him all the time. To be honest with you, he would have fit lovely into this team. Lovely. He was a lunatic as well. And
it was always an outside shot though, Dylan, of getting him. Like, he obviously is a very, very good goalkeeper. The likelihood of getting him was obviously wild. Look, as Leeds fans, we always do dream and we always expect that we can get the better ones. But it was always an outside shot for me of getting him. But now, that's for me. It's the priority position is the goalkeeper. I want to see us getting that nailed down as soon as we can. I obviously like the look of Paixao. We still need a striker. Probably potentially another fullback, as I said. Tanganga is in there, very loose links about him. He could cover positions there as well. But that goalkeeper position, Dylan, for me, like we got to get that done, don't we?
100%. Sorry, lads, just cutting this across there. Leeds have just put up, welcome, Sean Longstaff. That's come our 5th signing of the summer after joining from Newcastle.
Brilliant, yeah. Class, love that. So it's in the door. Any fee that says.
Give it a read out there. I was just giving it now a little. Midfielder becomes the 5th signing of the summer. An underclosed fee. So on a 4-year deal, keep him till 2029. Tells you about his time at Newcastle. Experience at obviously Champions League football. And everyone at Leeds United would like to welcome our 5th signing of the summer to the club. Looking forward to see Sean in action for the Whites.
Yeah, brilliant. Happy days. Anything about potentially playing tomorrow? No?
Nothing that I can see at the minute, no.
Hopefully, I'll say we'll get a couple of videos now.
It was obviously, whoever it was, I can't remember, I'll try and find it on Twitter and put it up on the next thing. Whoever put that video up of Sean Longstaff playing cricket, you were right, lads. It was obviously in Leeds. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. These are on the ball.
You'd expect absolutely nothing less than the Leeds fans, though. We always do it, Dylan, don't we? We always find a way. Same with the away kits and all that. We always find a way. Michael says Longstaff picks up now. Yeah, let's see. I'm waiting for the club
Looks
official
well
website to come in. On the club official website, it's not coming in on the actual website. Is it up on their Twitter? Up on the Twitter.
I'm on the website leedsunited.com. Sean Longstaff signs for Leeds. He's in the blue the away kit. Suits him.
Yeah, have it here. Right, lovely. Got it. Let's see if we can share it with you guys. I've never actually shared before. This is obviously the first time being on stream seeing an announcement. So let's see how this goes. Let's see if we can have a look at it.
Jordan has put up their video on YouTube as well, so they obviously put up a video as well on YouTube. Leeds, the way that's Teddy though, lads. I'm starstruck, to be honest with you. I'm delighted.
Right, let's see how that looks. Can we get your big head out of the way, Dylan, and we'll give this a read? No, we can't. Where is it? This way.
No. There you go.
Here we go. Right, let's have a read through it then. So where we go. This is the perfect place. Let's have a look at this one. This should be a good one here. So Sean Longstaff, this is the perfect place. You see that all good, Dylan? Yeah. So midfielders. It's great colour as well. Midfielders' thoughts after joining the white kit looks cracker as well. So that's obviously in Thorpe Arch yesterday as well. So it was done and dusted. So Leeds United make their fifth signing of the summer with the arrival of Sean Longstaff from Newcastle United. The experienced midfielder put pen to paper on a 4-year deal at Ellen Road, having made over 200 appearances for his boyhood club. Speaking exclusively to LUTV after joining the Whites, the 27-year-old explained his delight in making the move. I remember obviously playing up here as a little kid, 9-10 years old, and it's funny where life takes you. So to be back here now with the plans for the club and stuff, I think it's just really exciting to get going. I spoke to Carl Darlow straight away, but I have got to meet everyone and it seems like a really good group. I have heard great things. I think there's something to be said for the team that wants you and a club that really wants you. I think from the first time I spoke to Leeds, I've sort of got the feeling that they really wanted me. It just fills you with confidence and it makes you feel like you want to repay those people. It is a massive, massive football club, similar to Newcastle in lots of ways. It's going to take a lot for us to. It was going to take a lot for us to leave Newcastle, to be honest. And I wasn't going to leave and go anywhere. So I said it had to be the right place for me and my family, and I think this is the perfect place. I got to watch pretty much all the games and see the team. That was really exciting to watch. Athletic, really good on the ball. Every time I came to play at Leeds, the atmosphere was amazing. It was always bouncing and a really tough place to play. And I'm just looking forward to having that on my side rather than playing against it.
Love that. Oh, I love that. That's a brilliant statement. I love that. I really do.
He said all the right things there now, Dylan, hasn't he? Like, in fairness, coming into the club.
He said everything right, 100%. Like, even down to, lads, let's be honest, down to the Newcastle, similar. It is, let's be honest with you. It is quite similar. And boyhood club, I love that. And for him to take that next step to move on in his career at a certain age that he is, I'm loving that. So
yeah. What is he saying here? Please, if you could ask your friends if they can spare any Leeds United tops. And if you only spare Leeds United tops for Paul. Really solid sign and serious prime experience in the top half and the bottom half of the league. Under 15 million, fair play to the Niners, Dylan. And again, it's nothing to be sneezed at. And I do think it is just the name, Dylan, that people look at and go, oh, it's a little bit underwhelming. But anytime I have watched Newcastle play, Dylan, I can't lie, I have been very impressed with Sean Longstaff. Look, he played for his boyhood club. Always put himself about, going forward, running back. Does he always have the quality? No, but us as Leeds fans, we always want a player to give 110%, Dylan, and that's what we've got in Longstaff.
You want a player that gets it there.
Yeah.
This man gets it. I know straight away before I even put on a Leeds jersey, this man gets it 110%. I watched the Newcastle documentary. I don't know if anyone else has watched it. There was a bit in the video. It was actually a really nice touching thing where Sean Longstaff had gone to the children's hospital and a children's school to talk about it. Now, I know loads of players do it, but he was on his own. He was in his Newcastle kit, He gave up his whole day to do this with the kids, and
Fantastic. Yeah.
just a nice little touching moment. So I know a bit about him, and I'm pleased and delighted to see him now sign for Leeds. So yeah, I'm actually ecstatic, lads. I really am happy. And 49ers doing unbelievable now. So we all need to stop giving out, including myself.
Yeah. Well, you were glass half empty the other night, Dylan. It was a BMG was in the chat and he was turning around telling you to calm down, Dylan. And this is why it's a work in progress. We're getting things done. Stephen Bourne says here, our new James Milner, a quality prem, steady player, will always give you a minimum 7 out of 10. Brilliant signing, and I agree with that as well. I do agree with that as well. Perfect attitude and character for us too. Fan favourite in a few months. And do you know what really kind of got it for me? The last stream that I done, if you look back at it, the live that I done on Monday night when we got the news that Sean Longstaff medical was happening. If you go to the comment section in that, just look how many Newcastle United fans are in there saying very, very good things about Sean Longstaff, how good he's going to be for us, that we've got a really, really underrated signing here. I'm wishing Leeds all the best for the Premier League season. I'm wishing him all the best. Not one negative comment in there. Mostly it's all from Newcastle fans. So that was brilliant to see as well. And for, you don't really see Leeds fans going to do that. Obviously, i.e. Rafinha, maybe Phillips will go, but you don't really usually see that, Dylan, when a player leaves, you go to the opposition club and say, you're after getting a really good signing here.
Yeah, 100%. It just goes to show, as someone did put it up in the LUFC Loftus, just watch the video, seems like a top lad. That says it straight away. At the end of the day, just seems like a genuine lad, just wants to play football, and he gets it. And for being, as you said, 200 appearances for his boyhood club now to come to Leeds, what he said about Leeds, Road being a hard place to come and play, but now to be on the other side of it's obviously really exciting. And then obviously you had the link with Carl Darlow as well, obviously from Newcastle to come up here and play for Leeds. So yeah, I'm chuffed. I really am. I'm ecstatic. I don't look it, but I am. I really am. I think it's a phenomenal sign, and I didn't think. Look at how when Fabinho puts it out 9 times out of 10, it's right. But I just there's always that little down on the back of your head. The Leeds way.
Oh, Luke B says here, watch him in that PSG game was no mug, and I remember watching him in that last year, and he was very, very good in that game. He bossed that midfield against PSG, and we know that PSG, so they're no mugs now. They're obviously at the start of their rebuild back then, but they certainly were no mugs. But he was brilliant that day, really, really good. And like what I said before, Dylan, he's used to playing in front of a big crowd in St James's Park. Very much like Leeds, very much, one club city behind the team, 50-odd thousand in that stadium, so he'll know what it's like to play in a high pressure atmosphere, like what it's going to be like in Ellen Road next season. And as I said, he could bring bags of experience and also help them other lads in there who haven't got Premier League experience and don't know what it's like to be under the cosh in the Premier League.
Yeah, 100%. It's been around the dressing room as well. At the age 27, he still has a good few years left in the legs.
Yeah.
And he'll give a 7 out of 10 every week. He might not be in the starting lineup all the time, but he's definitely a good player to bring on. And then if he is in form, why wouldn't you start him? So yeah, delighted. I really am.
Yeah, deadly to have. Right, we'll move on for the last few bits. Obviously, that Sean Longstaff signed for Leeds United. We'll move into a couple of the rumours, Dylan, that we've had. Let's speak about Rodrigo Muniz. Look, we obviously know this one came up a couple of weeks ago. Leeds bid it over 30, I think it was 32 million for him plus. Fulham have obviously rejected that. They've slapped a price tag on him, Dylan, for over 50 million. It is said that Leeds United are still confident getting this deal done towards the end of the window. Dylan, this one's came up again. And again, a little bit like the way the Bial one was, when it was coming up, it was going away, it was coming up and it was going away. Could this potentially be Leeds United's number 9 come the end of the window?
Quite possibly. I looked at it though. Did you say 50 million there?
They've slapped a price tag of 50 million.
Yeah, that's all right. I just want to make sure we're on the same thing. And the Leeds have not obviously submitted any higher bidder from the first one. But it was Fulham's side of it that kind of got me going. So what I've seen was Fulham's stance is the intent to keep Muniz, that he's happy at Craven Cottage and considered part of Marco Silva's long-term plan. But money does speak. I think 50 million, I don't know. I want to say it's a bit too high, but then at the same time, maybe in later years, is it potentially, a profit if we did go to sell him on in the near future? Hey, talking like that, but it is the truth. That's the way this business runs.
And he's young, Dylan, as well. Like he's
Yeah,
24. Like
it's the young that's going to hang me
he's
on.
he's a lot to learn. So he could be an investment for the future. And again, from what I've seen of him last year, he's big, he's strong, he's very different to the sort of strikers we already have at Leeds. You know, he's totally different compared to Joseph, Paixao, Bamford. I haven't seen the Metcha play, but he's different from what we seen last season. And I think he could be the one. Dylan, if we do get him, you look at that and going, oh, that's a really, really good one as well. His stats weren't too great last season, but you look at his overall appearance there for Fulham. 97 appearances, 26 G&A. It isn't too bad. Look, it could be a little bit better, but
Majority of them, though, I think
he is 24. He's still learning, Dylan, isn't he?
He's still learning. He's coming into his prime.
Coming into that prime, yeah.
I did see, take with a pinch of salt. I can't remember. I didn't actually take it down. I'm raging. I didn't know, but that was actually his G&A was from coming off the bench.
Mm.
The majority of them. So potentially for 50 million out to sit on the bench. To just do that, I wouldn't be too keen on it. Because Paixao's going to do it anyway, but however. But at the end of the day, it could be a turn in his career, as you say, coming into his prime year. So, yeah, like, keep an eye on it. At this stage in the window, if I'm being honest with you, I want Leeds to spend the money, spend it in the right way.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest, I think 50 million is a lot of money. I really do.
Yeah. Look what Michael says here. I do as well, Dylan. At the time he bid at 32 from, I was a little bit like, whoa. Do you know, this is a lot of money here. It's a lot of money here. But like what I say, Dylan, and it's the counterpoint when I look at back of what we spent on our backline. We've done really, really good business in our backline. So if we were kind of saving there to, you know, spend the big bucks, you know, in them attacking positions, I don't mind that. If we have got 50 million to trump up on a player that we think is going to make the difference, 49ers and Fark think is going to make the difference in the Premier League, we'll absolutely pay it. But like what Michael says here, I mean, 50 million is silly. We should be trying to catch Fulham and their likes. 50 million, and who knows who they will put a target for that money exactly, and what they're going to do with the 50 million as well, Dylan. That's obviously.
At the end of the day, they're clearly like trying to just take one on the Leeds. Rejected 32. It was a 32 million.
Yeah.
Bit, you know, and they clearly know now Leeds are looking to go more, and then they up to the 50. So, good luck. That's what I'd say. I just think that's a lot of money. I really do. I agree with Michael there. It is a lot, like.
It is a lot of money. Let us know your thoughts on this with the Muniz one in the chat. As I said, by all rumours, Leeds United are confident that they're still going to get this done. Fulham are saying 50 million. Will they meet somewhere in the million and say 40-ish maybe?
Like,
you know, who knows? It's definitely one of them to keep an eye on. The only reason I'm keeping an eye on this one, Dylan, it's very similar to the Be All one for me. It keeps popping up every now and then. It goes away and it pops up, but it's not really being rubbished by any of the local reporters as well. So this is what's making me think that there could be a little bit something in this. 50 million we need to finish article, can't be spending that on a maybe. And it's a good point, Stephen. It is. It's a very, very good point. You look what we did with Rutter in that January when we tried to stay up in the Premier League. What was it, 35 million? Thought, you know, we were going to get this player to drag us across the line, and he was underwhelming. Look at Rutter went on and, you know, had a decent time for us here and became the player we all thought he was. But it's what Stephen says there, Dylan, like 50 million, like it's big bags to be thrown. And look, obviously it'd be a record signing then. I
think if you had to be smart with your money and do the investments like that, what Angelo said there, you know, like get, say for example, Lucas Perry, and cover the positions that you know that you're not going to spend that amount of money on. You know, Leeds have came out at the start of the season and said with Nemecha isn't going to be our starting number 9. So, right, and that's fair enough. But I wouldn't be going chucking 50 million on a player now, and you still have to get positions done. You know, that's my version of it. Yeah, it's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Angelo says here, Lucas Perry and Robin Zentner mentioned in Barron's article. Yeah, Zentner was in there as well. At the moment, I'm kind of more leaning to Perry Dillon for the goalkeeper position, but again, it's hard to tell. There's not much concrete out there to say that's definitely going to be.
was my man, raging over that one. I'll never let that go around.
The Parkinsons, my dad said we were signing someone else tonight. Probably does anyone have a clue who it is? I don't. I suppose if we are gonna get anyone signed tonight, it would probably be Stach, Dylan, but we haven't heard of any medicals yet. I think I would say that's very highly unlikely Leeds announce anyone else tonight.
Never know. You know, you would know with Leeds, to be honest with you. I can't see it happening because we're Leeds. We don't do that. We don't do that sort of stuff. But you never know. If we're moving in this way and all the hype now, you know, especially with us playing scrum tomorrow, the away jersey, now Sean Longstaff, they might want to just keep the ball around. And let's be honest, the 49ers and the board itself are obviously getting frustrated at the fact that people keep undercutting their deals, as the words that they use. But fortunately, that's what we're all here for the love of the club, and we all want to talk about it. So you just wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
Sid here has a counterpoint. He says, "Good evening, guys. Get Muniz at all costs. He's class." So that's one that's saying, Dylan, go get him. Pay the 50 million.
What do you think, Sid, though? 50 million? Do you think that's the right way to go?
That's the rumours. They're digging that I done today. I know initially when we put in, they said 40, but supposedly Sunderland or Fulham have told Leeds it's 50 million. That's the asking price. Now look, it's not going to be that. If Leeds could get him for 45, then maybe. But that's what they're asking for at the minute.
I don't know. I just think it's a lot of money. I look. It was coming to the end of the window, and we kind of had every position sorted, and they were like, "Oh yeah, here's our stars signing, and here's our club record fee." I'd be like, "Right, fair enough, lads," but maybe not right now. Look, along the lines if they have the position covered and the money set aside, because I don't want to hear next season, lads, we're getting investigated for PSR because we chucked 50 million into a player. Just putting that
You
out
really
there.
are Leeds, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just putting that out there. Let's just keep it safe, I know other clubs can do it, but we're Leeds, and our luck we get relegated again because of it.
Danny says, "Stack if it happens will happen while they're in Germany next week." I think so as well, buddy. We didn't even hear noise, from Graham Smith or Barron to come out and say that there's a medical being done. So I would say highly unlikely that we see another signing announced tonight. But who knows? Dylan, let's move away from transfers a little bit before we wrap it up. We obviously seen news dropped late on this evening from the Square Ball. They've obviously found out, they've done a little bit of digging about the Ellen Road redevelopment, that supposedly away fans are going to be moved into the South Stand. And obviously this is a question for you and a question for all you guys in the chat. For me personally, Dylan, I think it's the wrong decision. We've seen the South Stand and Ellen Road. It generates so much atmosphere, so much energy. That could be the real, kind of +1 when Leeds United are down to drag them across the line. Feels like a wrong decision, Dylan, from the club to do that.
A bit harsh, right? I'm going to put it out this way. Where the nets are should be Leeds fans, regardless. That's the way. We are a home club. Yeah. No matter where we are, that's where it should be. And that's my opinion. The South Stand, we've heard the songs, we've seen it. It sounds really harsh. Yeah, 100%. It sounds harsh to say, but the South Stand makes Ellen Road that little 1% more. It's already louder than every other stand. But the South Stand really does get it going. The place would go mad. It goes mental. The players clearly feed off that. Other fans feed off it. Vice versa. Why touch it? Why are we trying to change a tradition that's been going on for more or less centuries? Leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's the South Stand. Simple as.
I just says
highly annoyed even for them to come out with it, to be honest with you.
I think so as well. Then I think it's a little bit mad, and even at a few of the cup games that we had this year, when the away fans, remember we played Millwall in the cup and the away fans were in there, it just felt wrong. But I said it to you time off stream because I was afraid of kind of what sort of backlash you would get from it. I said, Dylan, I wonder are these getting us used to something that could happen to the South Stand where away fans could be back in there. Me personally, I rather them in the cheese wedge. I thought that was better in there where they kind of had the cauldron of Ellen Road, around each side of them. Or where they are in the West Stand for me was absolutely perfect. I know it has to be like access and stuff like that. But for me, Dylan, the one ground in Ellen Road that has been sensational over the last couple of years is the real generator of atmosphere. It feels wrong, Dylan. For me, it's a complete no, and I think the club need to rethink it.
100%. And that's a lot of people as well. Like, I know, like, you could say the equivalent of seats, but if you look at the cheese wedge and you look at the West Stand, from what's given to the away support, the South Stand is quite big. Like, it's quite long. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, I'm not saying that they're going to get the majority of tickets. What I am saying is, why would you give yourself the less upper hand, if that makes sense?
Shoot yourself in the foot.
To put players, away fans behind a net that Leeds fans can't sing.
Yeah.
I know it sounds mad, but it's the truth.
And
is the
it's
truth.
one thing, Dylan, that they've obviously said about the redevelopment plans, that they're going to redevelop Ellen Road in stages to maintain its atmosphere, because we know Ellen Road is unique. We've heard it from every other fan base. We know we're unique. We know that we're different. But this feels like it's going against it, Dylan, a little bit for me. Like, it feels like that is the atmosphere. The South Stand gets the rest of Ellen Road going. Stephen Bourne says it's there. He's one that regularly goes to the cheese wedge right beside the South Stand. He sees it week in, week out, the atmosphere, the noise that South Stand generates. We hear it on TV. We've seen redevelopment stadiums. We've seen it in Anfield as well. What it can do, Dylan, it can really kill off atmospheres, and that's what some people's kind of disgruntlement is with the redevelopment of Ellen Road. I don't think there's no denying. We all know Ellen Road needs it, but that's the one kind of thing that we look at going, we don't want to ruin the atmosphere. We don't want to ruin what we have here in Leeds, but that change in the South Stand, they need to rethink that, Dylan, don't they?
100%. I think it's quite disrespectful, if I'm being honest, from the club to come out with a statement like that for certain fans that have been gone to every game and sat in the South Stand. Now, I know they wouldn't be in the same position every week, but that's where they go. It's like a story to them. They get up, they go to the match, and they know that that's what they're going to sit. They don't be anywhere other in the stadium apart from the South Stand. The only thing that I would do with the South Stand, and they can't, is make it bigger. That's the only thing I would do with it.
Another tier on it.
That's it. But they can't.
Bigger
So leave it. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it.
Yeah, look at Dylan again. That's another one to keep an eye on. A very, very busy week around Leeds. Look at last week with a very quiet window. Absolutely nothing going on. Dead as a dodo. No news whatsoever. This week has really ramped up, really picked up. Little one, Dylan, before we wrap it up. Obviously, Manchester United tomorrow in Sweden in a pre-season game. Look at the word friendly is over it. Is it ever a friendly against them from across the Pennines?
No. No. Not one bit. I got texts of loads of people already, certain friends of mine that are Scum fans, and they're saying, are you ready for tomorrow? I am ready. I really am. And I'm being honest with you.
I want to beat them. 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't care what goes on Twitter saying that Leeds, oh wow, you beat us in the pre-season. Yeah, we did. Look, the money you spent. Yeah, we really did beat you. And we're coming
Buemo today for 70 million. Buemo for 70 million. Mental.
They can't afford to pay their staff, but they can chuck 70 million on a player.
Yeah, true too. Yeah, true too.
Some clowns, huh? Some clowns.
Yeah, true too. What Luke Bourne says here as well, Ampadu to smash Bruno, that would be spectacular. So yeah, look, myself, Dylan, you're coming to the Mute tomorrow. Obviously, we're flying into Leeds tomorrow morning. Our flight is at 7 o'clock tomorrow. We get into Leeds fairly early. We're going to go down to Ellen Road for probably around 10, half 10. So if you're knocking down around Ellen Road tomorrow, we're going to be doing a couple of interviews with Leeds fans as well, getting a bit of content down there. We're obviously going in to buy the away shorts and that. So, yeah, make sure you pop down. We'd love to meet up with as many as we possibly can. And then we're going to go to the Mute then, Dylan, aren't we, then to watch the Leeds Manchester United game with fellow Leeds fans. And then, obviously, Sunday then is the big one then, the Leeds Creator Cup. Dylan obviously takes place in the John Charles Community for Sports Stadium. You're obviously a coach. You're looking forward to it now. The day's eventually here after all the months of prepping, and massive shout out has to go to Joe Blackburn, lads. I'm sure you're all subscribed to him, but what a guy, because he's literally at times done this riding solo. He's been fantastic, Dylan, hasn't he?
Unbelievable. You know, this man is just a pure legend. God, if I'm being honest, especially in the content creator universe. Yeah, he's put all this together. I know he's got a helping hand as well, but his idea, he came up with this, and he's really pushed it. And to be honest with you, he's made it, no disrespect, bigger than what I ever thought it would be. So yeah, lads, get you the tickets, head down. It's all for a great cause as well, for Prostate Cancer UK. Come down. I know my throat with my voice, she's all saying, what's the story with him? My voice.
You'll have no voice
gone
tomorrow shouting at me. When I'm in left back,
yeah.
Get back, Darren, get back.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm playing left back for the Peacocks. There's no denying I'm very much a junior Firpo, and Dylan will tell you that. I'm a left back / number 10. When I get forward, I stay forward. I don't get back. I don't do it that way. So my left winger is going to have plenty of work to be on along that left hand side.
If I hadn't got cheese knees, you would have seen the two bros play together. We would have absolutely obliterated. So it's just one bro, unfortunately, and he'll obliterate the Peacocks for the win.
You're going to be the old Don Revy jacket, the big buffer jacket, you know, the brown one, the cigar and all.
I swear to God, Luke, all joking aside, this was a conversation I had with Darren Matty from Imagine Not Being Leeds. And I genuinely was going to get like some sort of outfit to wear, like an old styled coach trench coat, if that's what you want to call it. and all that sort of stuff. So I didn't, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going to be serious because I really want to. I want to win this game.
Yeah, 100%. These Roses are getting it. They've talked a good game of that. They definitely get it 100%. Right, guys, I think we'll leave it there. It's been an absolute brilliant stream. Deadly to see Sean Longstaff being announced while we're on stream to get that breaking news. Absolutely fantastic. Again, thanks to absolutely everybody who's tuned in this evening. We do really, really appreciate it. Over 100 people watching us, becoming a regular here now on Only Leeds Bros. We do really, really appreciate it. Before you leave the video, if you don't mind, please slap a like on the video. It really helps us out and push it out there to other people. And of course, hit subscribe to the channel, guys. It would mean the world to us. So we'll leave it there. We'll chat to you all again soon. Mind yourselves. Mind each other.